Hey guys, it's Scott. Welcome to my DIY channel, Home Maintenance Edition. Today we're going to talk about garage door openers, okay? The one in particular I'm working on is going to be the Genie Accelerator. However, garage door openers have a very similar makeup. They have logic boards. They all have logic boards. My particular Genie has two boards. It has a motor drive board and a controller board. In the other models, whether you have a Chamberlain, LiftMaster, or a Craftsman, they'll have at least one logic board. So if I had one of those, I would change out that logic board and hopefully my garage door opener would be working. Okay, so what happened with me was 60 feet away from my house, lightning struck a tree. And it blew a cable box out with a surge protector on it. And it also, the next day I went to the garage and I hit the button, nothing. You know, there was nothing there. And I was like, that's a little coincidental to go out after the lightning strike. I'm sure that had something to do with it. It probably went into the board and something's wrong with the board. If I just change out the board, this thing should work again. So I did look at a YouTube video and one guy showed how to change out the motor drive board. So I bought that, I changed it out, nothing happened. I was like, okay, I have two boards here, so let me change out the other board. So I changed out the other board and everything worked. However, this video will show you each step I took on what I did with my Genie Accelerator. But it's a very similar process with any garage door opener. And if you do have another brand garage door opener, I recommend you do this. Put in your garage door opener model, the name of it, and just type in PDF and manual, and a manual will come up with your garage door opener manual. And you will see a part number with the logic board on it if you choose to change out your logic board. But I would watch this first just to get an idea what you have to do. And I never fixed a garage door opener in my life. This is my first time ever. And for the curious minds that have this thing with figuring out a root cause, which is me, I admit it, okay, guilty as charged. We like to tinker with things to see if we can do it ourselves. Because if somebody else could do it, I know we could do it too. So get your tools ready. Let's go look at your garage door opener. This particular one is a Genie Accelerator, and I'm going to show you the different steps I had to take to make this work. So let's go check it out. Hey guys, what's going on? I pressed the button when you first walk in the garage. That didn't work. I pressed the button on my remote. That didn't work. And now we're here. And again, this is the one we're looking at, just to give you a little 360 view here. It's the Genie Accelerator ISD990. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about PPE because we don't want to take anything for granted. The second thing we're going to do to protect ourselves is unplug the unit before working on. I already tested this outlet and it is good. Okay, the outlet's fine. Next thing we're going to do is take this down, comes down this way and drops. And this whole thing actually comes out. You just kind of take it out like that. And we're going to place that on the side. Okay, so this is what we have. We have our model number right there. It says half horsepower model ISD990. And there's also the LED light that usually flashes for different problems, but that's not flashing at all. And that's telling me that there's something wrong with the board. There's 4 screws totally that we have to actually undo in order to drop the unit down. And we're just going to take a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew that, and we're going to drop this portion of the garage door opener. I'm going to back my ladder up a little bit. Because on a ladder, you never want to lean. You want your job to be right here. So we're going to take this screw. There we go. And we're going to drop that out. Put that in a little tray. Always put your screws in a safe place so you don't lose them. Okay, put that right here. Next we're going to take these 2 screws out over here and on the opposite side. Pretty simple. You know, if I could do it, you could do it, man. This is easy. Okay. So now, all 4 screws are out, and we're just going to basically drop it right down. No problem. Now the one thing I want to do is go to the plug we're actually going to pull out. I just want to put a little dot on it. So when I reinstall the new board, I know the plug's going in the right way. You know, just in case the wires are mixed up or anything. I don't know, I never did this before. What we're doing now, we're going to take out this board. Let me go closer. We're going to take out this board right here. This is your motor drive board, so once we replace this, everything else should work. I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of our plan of attack to fix this unit, so here it is. The first thing we are going to do is check the boards for any burn marks or discolorations that are visible. Whichever board has a discoloration on it, that's the one we're going to replace. If there are no burn marks visible, then we have to choose a board to replace. Now I did see another video of someone changing out the motor drive board due to a lightning strike. So I made a decision to go with that one first. If that doesn't work, we will return it and order the controller board and install that one. Let's see what happens. This is the controller board here. This is your motor drive board here. Looking at this right here, just to let you know, it's an opto wheel. This gets connected to the motor and it spins right beneath the controller board. And this is your top plate assembly that everything attaches to. So that's your overview. This is a picture of the ribbon receptacle of the controller board that's highlighted to show you where the 9-pin ribbon plug from the motor drive board plugs into. Just go over really quick. Here's your ribbon. On your ribbon, you could just pull it gently down and that'll just come right out. There's no clasp, there's no clip, there's no anything. You just take your ribbon like this and pull it right down. You know, I'm looking to save some money, you know, so everybody's looking to save some money watching this video. Come on. We're not cheap, we're conservative. Let me see if I can just pull this out with my fingers. If I can't, I may have to pry it out with a screwdriver. So we disconnect the second plug right here. There's 2 1/4-inch screws right up there. And I just have to unscrew those. I'll show you where those are real quick. Here's your bracket right here, and that's where the 2 screws are going to be. Right there with those 2 yellow highlighted circles, that's where you unscrew your 1/4-inch screws to release the board off the unit. So we have a 1/4-inch driver, and I'm just going to go up there like this to unscrew number 1. Take that out. Oops. I'll get the second one. She's right in there. And as you can see, the board's coming loose. You want to put your hand on the board. Okay, while you're unscrewing. And there it is. And there goes the other screw. But there it is. There's the board. So the good news is we found our 2 screws on the ground. The 1/4-inch screws are right here. And the other 4 screws to hold up the door over here. So this is what you should see. You should see 4 screws and 2 1/4-inch screws to hold up the board. I've never seen a board like this before, but here's where your 2 1/4-inch screws go. And here's the 1 ribbon, and here's where the existing plug on the unit plugs into that we marked with a Sharpie. We're going to put everything back together once we receive the new board. And if that works, that'll be awesome. Hey guys, so here are the 2 boards. This is the one I actually took out of the unit. This is one that was shipped to me. I am basically going to check out right now the 3 points of contact, which is your bracket, the screws, how they line up to the bracket, this one compared to this one. The ribbon cable is the same, and also the little pin configuration right here on both of them. And the pin configuration matches, the ribbon matches, the bracket matches. The only thing on this board, on both these boards, that does not match is the board number itself. On the one I took out, it was actually a 34462 Rev 2. So I don't know what the revision was on this board, but everything's matching. On the board that they sent was a 34462 Rev 0. I did express concern to the actual seller. He said, Scott, don't worry about it. I can't answer that question if it's going to fit or not. install it. If it doesn't work, send it back to me and I'll refund your money. And I was like, okay with that. So with that said, and the comparison analysis done on both boards, we're going to go downstairs, we're going to hook it up, and we're going to press that button, and I'm hoping it's going to work. I may have to reprogram the remotes, and that's okay. I downloaded the PDF manual. So let's go downstairs and check it out. And remember, you can't rush these things. You got to take your time with it. But again, if I can do it, you can do it, guys. So let's first line the board up. Okay, I got the plug here. And the ribbon cable goes right in here. Okay. I'm looking at my 3 points of contact right now where everything is going to come together. This is the way we're going to put it in. You ready? I'm going to put the screw in the hole. Okay. And look for the hole right here. I think I got it. Oh, this is sweet. Yep. Okay, we want to leave this loose in case we got to readjust for the second screw. Just going to put it in here. Looks like it's lined up. Yeah. Get an easier angle in here like this. Okay, so I'm going to put this back up. It slides in there like that. Okay. So the board is secure with the bracket. The next move is to secure your 9-pin ribbon cable into the receptacle of the controller board above. Nice and easy. That's done. And then we're going to take this. Remember the Sharpie mark that we made? You can see that. It's right there. Pretty simple. We're just going to plug this in. Like that. And the next thing we got to do is plug it in. Fingers crossed. Let's see if this is going to work. Not sure what's going to happen. And I'm not getting a blinking light. Doesn't seem like I'm getting any power, which is kind of discouraging. I'll be honest, guys, I don't know. Everything's hooked up correctly. Maybe I press the reset button. Oh, I got a blinking light. Oh, that's so cool. Yes! I was so worried. The blinking light is a good sign. I have to get a remote control now. So, I'll be right back. Okay. We're going to press the learn button now. And it's not blinking.
Crap!
Why is that? So we disconnected everything. Now we're going to reconnect it back up. See if we get that same light blinking again. I'm not getting totally discouraged yet. I am somewhat discouraged because it didn't work on the first try. We're going to put our ribbon in. Just push it right in there lightly. Okay. Make sure it's a nice snug fit. And we're gonna push this in. That is in. And we're gonna plug it in again. Now, got my Genie here. Just like last time, we're gonna press the button. It's flashing. It stopped. Then I stopped it again. So that means this should work. When I press this button, this garage door opener should work. Because we just set the remote up. I didn't hook up the thing, so it's not lifting the door, but it's not getting to the end, so that's why I'll just hit it again. You know what? I gotta tell you guys, I totally was on the edge of doubting this was gonna work, but it actually is working, and I'm really getting psyched now. Oh, never celebrate too early. Okay, so I locked in the pull cord. It's ready to be used. I'm gonna hit this. It's not working. Oh my God, you're kidding. Really? Okay guys, so this point and moment right here reminded me of when I was a little kid. I got a flashback when I was watching the Wide World of Sports introduction from Jim McKay. He was narrating it. And it kind of went something like this.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat.
The agony of defeat. Yes, we all experience it, but that's okay. That's what happens when you troubleshoot and you're trying to isolate the root cause of the problem. So that board was not the culprit. Okay, so we had to return that board, and at the same time, we ordered a controller board to come in. We know the motor works, and the only two culprits are the motor drive board, which we know it's not that, and the controller board. So once we get the controller board, that should go in. We just have to hook it up correctly. There's a lot of wires there. Shouldn't be a problem. I know we can handle it. So let's go to the next step, shall we? Okay, it's time to remove the old controller board. So here we go. And we're gonna start to take it apart. 1/4-inch driver. One screw. Not want to lose these. Here's 2 screws. I'm gonna take this one out because it's on the edge over here. Okay. Okay. So the last screw is this one right here. Okay, so all 3 screws are out of the board. Up here there was a piece of electrical tape, so I took the electrical tape off, and now the wires are a lot looser. So now I'm just gonna slide the board a little bit to the right side. Just go. There we go. And the board is out. But what I want to do first is actually mark these wires. One good thing you could do is take a picture of it, just for reference later on, in case I gotta look at them again. So here's our goal and objective. We're gonna replace this board. We're gonna hook up the wires. We're gonna hook up the controller board over here, back up. We're gonna press the learn button, press the remote again, and on the 3rd time we hit the remote, the garage door should work. Hey guys, so we got this board here. This is the old board. it has these weird screws in here, and we have to cut all these wires off. So that's why we have all these marked, so we know where they go when we put the new board back on. So I'm just going to start cutting them off now. We're just going to start cutting. You should have your safety glasses on. I don't know if you can see those screws. They're really, there's no screwdriver that I have that could take them off. So that's why we cut the wires, and we're just going to resplice them and put them into the other board. Alright, feel better now. So let me take a look at the new board. Here's the new board. Okay, I'm gonna loosen all these screws. You know, a couple turns so that it's loose, so I could just slide the wire right in there. Okay, so I loosened all the screws. Next, we're gonna splice our wires. Twist them up for a little bit. So we got to do this with all the wires. So I'm going to continue filming after they're all spliced. Okay, so here we have all the wires. They're all spliced, ready to go. I'm going to take my number 6 right here. And it's the last one. Just going to put it in there. Really easy. Take my little screwdriver. And just tighten it down. So she's in there. Just like that. And we're going to do those with all the rest of them. Okay guys, so we just spliced and reconnected all these wires here. Okay, so these are my homemade numbers to tell me what wire goes on what screw out of 6 screws. So there's a single wire going on number 1 screw, and there's 2 wires going on number 2 screw, etc. The same thing with the 2 wires going on number 5 screw, and 6 is a single as well. I put in one of the screws just to hold it up. Right here. I might want to loosen that a little bit in case I have to shift it around for the other screws. I'm just going to put the other 2 screws in very carefully. Alright, there's one right here. We're going to keep them a little loose, just so we could get this last one in there at the end. Then we'll make them a little snug right after this one goes in. Okay. I'm going to make this snug. I'm going to make this one snug. Not too tight, you don't want to crack the board. And I'll make this snug. Snug enough, because there is a lot of vibration on this board. Okay, that's pretty nice right there. This is the plug. We're not going to plug it in yet, because we have the other board to install. And these are the screws for the other board. This is the other board. I think the last time I put this in, Kind of like this. So I put the 2 screws in here. The mount screws on the bracket. Make sure that's nice and snug. Now, what we're going to do is put in our ribbon cable. Nice and gentle. Easy does it. Ribbon cable's in. Power cable's in. And this is our best shot. So if this doesn't work, I gotta get a new garage door opener. I don't see why it wouldn't though. I mean, I'll tell you, I crashed and burned on the first board. I wasn't too happy about that, but of course I start the camera, the air conditioner comes on. Alright, so we just finished screwing all these up here. Okay, all 4 screws back up to normal. I don't know. It's just, if it doesn't work, I gotta buy a new one. Well, one good sign is that I plug it in and the light comes on. But it doesn't mean anything. I have a switch right over here. I can push it and see if it works. If this works, I'll be amazed. All right, now remember it is working, but it's going up. No, shut it. It is going up. All right, one direction. Remember what happened last time? It only went up one direction, and then it just died. So that doesn't impress me. What will impress me is if I press this again, the switch on the side. I'll show you the picture what it looks like. And if this goes down, then we're successful. I can't believe it. Now, I still don't believe it. So I'm gonna hit it again. Usually after a storm, the power will go out and your first activation of the door going up is really slow, and that's normal. So I'm gonna hit this again and the accelerator should really kick in and it should go faster. I don't know if they stopped that. There it is. It's faster. Oh, you saw it here first. So we're gonna get our remote now. Okay. Wouldn't it be great if I didn't have to set the remote and I just pressed it and it works? That would be like too cool. That doesn't happen. Yeah, we gotta program the remote. Okay, no problem. At least this works. So what I'm gonna do to program the remote, I'm just gonna tap that little button right here, and there's a light flashing. All right, I'm gonna hit this. It's gonna stop. I'm gonna hit it again. It's gonna go off. And I'm gonna hit it again. So we actually fixed this Genie garage door by gambling a little bit. There's a 50-50 shot. We changed out the motor drive board. That wasn't it. We found out that that didn't make a difference, so I was able to return that board. I marked all my wires, ordered the controller board. Other board came in, we replaced that one. And we hooked up all the wires, made sure everything was numbered very carefully, and we hooked it up exactly the way it was taken apart. So after the lightning strike, it blew out my garage door opener. We changed the second board and it works now. So this is actually a successful video and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna test this one more time. Oh, there it is. Holy crap. Like I really thought it wasn't working. Oh, there it is. That is sweet music, man. I am so happy. Oh, I gotta put the cover on. So this went in kind of like this. And then it did just like that. So here's another 360. The after 360 of the actual unit working, which is really, really cool. We were able to troubleshoot it, find out what the root cause was, and the root cause was the actual controller board right here. This board right here was the bad board. Okay, so once we changed this out, the garage door worked. And now, hopefully I don't get any lightning storms and it goes out again. But at least if it goes out again, I'll know I have another 50-50 shot. It's a good feeling when you get it. Definitely. Whew. So that's it for now, guys. Hey guys, welcome to my lessons learned. Yes, lessons learned. I'd like to go over this on this project. Lessons learned is something we do in project management and record throughout the project. We always ask ourselves, what is our lesson here? Is it a positive? We need to do this on the next project, and here's the reason why. Is it a negative? We definitely don't want to do this on the next project, and here's the reason why. This way, we are always learning and growing, moving forward with our experience, which is very important. So the lessons learned on this project, pretty simple. I'll take you right through them. Before you take your opener apart, check your locking mechanism. This happened after everything was done with me, and I went to clean the wall switch. And while I cleaned the wall switch, I accidentally hit the switch to lock, which rendered it useless. And the next day I went in, I touched the garage door opener, and nothing happened. I looked at the opener and there was a code flashing. I looked up the code, it told me wall switch locked. I was like, okay, fine. So that was my lesson there. Some have a locking mechanism, some don't. It is a safety feature. Check your manual if you have a different brand. Codes. Your opener should give you a blinking or numeric troubleshooting code on the unit itself. Check your manual for code definitions to help you more accurately determine a troubleshooting cause. No code flashing. On the logic board, there's usually a fuse you could check first. If broken, replace. If good, then check for any brownish discoloration on the logic board itself. Here's an example of the controller board we replaced. At first glance, it's not that obvious if it's part of the board or not. However, if you put the board up to the light and see this, it's a good chance you need to change that board out. Lightning lesson. Breakers and surge protectors don't always work. I lost a cable box and my garage door opener. It was 60 feet away, so it was a giant surge. You know, from a tree that got struck by lightning. I get that. But the surge protector didn't want any business with that powerful lightning strike, and neither did the breaker box. It just went right to the boards and fried both boards. Maintenance lesson. As I was inspecting the rest of the garage door layout and electronics, I discovered my electronic I-beam mounted on the rails 6 inches or less from the ground, and that's the standard. Could use a cleaning. A clean electric I-beam on both sides is essential in preventing garage door opener accidents, because we don't want to become one of those statistics now, do we? That's the end of your lessons learned for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right? Thanks for watching.